Impressionism and Post-Impressionism are two influential art movements that emerged in late 19th century France. While they share a common origin, their goals and techniques are distinctly different. Impressionism sought to capture fleeting moments of light and life, creating paintings that feel vibrant and spontaneous. In contrast, Post-Impressionism embraced a more personal approach, using bold colors and symbolic forms to convey deeper emotions and meaning. These movements not only defined their era, but also paved the way for modern art, inspiring a variety of later styles. So, how did these two movements evolve, and what makes them unique? Let's uncover the fascinating evolution of Impressionism and Post-Impressionism. In the late 19th century, France was a nation undergoing rapid change. The Industrial Revolution had transformed cities, and Paris, in particular, had become the cultural heart of Europe. Its modernized streets, bustling cafes, and vibrant theaters offered endless inspiration for artists. At the time, realism was the dominant art movement. Artists focused on detailed, accurate depictions of everyday life. But a group of young painters wanted something different. They sought to break free from the strict rules of academic art and instead capture the fleeting beauty of a single moment. How light dances on water or how a city feels alive at sunset. This revolutionary approach gave rise to Impressionism. Artists like Claude Monet even embraced industrialization, featuring railways and factories in their landscapes, a sharp departure from the idyllic countryside scenes favored by earlier artists, such as those of the Barbizon school. While Impressionist artists had their own unique styles, they shared a common goal: to record contemporary life and the fleeting effects of light and color with accuracy and immediacy. Today, this might seem ordinary, but in the 19th century, it was groundbreaking. At that time, art was expected to focus on historical, biblical, or allegorical themes, executed with a highly polished finish. The Impressionists defied these expectations, shifting the focus toward personal expression and the study of light and atmosphere. Two key innovations made this movement possible. First, the invention of portable paint tubes allowed artists to leave their studios and paint outdoors, a technique known as en plein air. Second, advances in color theory and the availability of new pigments enabled artists to use brighter, more vibrant colors. Unlike traditional painters, Impressionists often rendered shadows and highlights in color, avoiding neutral tones like white, gray, and black. Their loose brushwork gave the impression of spontaneity and effortlessness, even though their compositions were often carefully constructed. This dynamic and fresh style made their works come alive. While conservative critics dismissed their paintings as unfinished or too sketch-like, more progressive voices celebrated them for their authentic portrayal of modern life. By the late 1880s, while Impressionism had revolutionized art with its focus on light and fleeting moments, not all artists were satisfied with its emphasis on observation alone. A group of young painters sought to break free from the naturalism of Impressionism and develop their own unique styles. Rather than simply capturing optical impressions, they aimed to express deeper emotions and explore symbolic themes in their work. This shift gave rise to Post-Impressionism, a movement that developed roughly between 1886 and 1905. Post-Impressionist artists moved beyond Impressionism's focus on light and color, embracing simplified colors, bold forms, and imaginative compositions to convey personal and emotional ideas. Their work brought a renewed focus on symbolism, structure, and even the beginnings of abstraction. Artists like Vincent van Gogh and Paul Cézanne became central figures of this movement. Van Gogh used bold, vibrant colors and swirling brushstrokes to convey raw emotion and energy, creating deeply expressive works. Cézanne, on the other hand, experimented with geometric shapes and structured compositions, bringing a sense of stability and permanence to his art. The term post-impressionism reflects more of what these artists rejected than what they had in common. They were no longer content to focus solely on visual effects. Instead, they sought to go beyond surface appearances, painting with their emotions and intellect as much as with their eyes. Post-impressionism wasn't just a reaction to impressionism. It represented a completely new way of thinking about art. This movement laid the foundation for the next wave of groundbreaking styles, such as Cubism and Fauvism, and set the stage for the evolution of modern art. Now that we've explored the historical context of these two movements, we have a clearer understanding of their origins. Next, let's delve into what truly sets them apart, starting with Impressionism. Impressionism focused on capturing the fleeting beauty of everyday life. Artists like Auguste Renoir painted lively scenes of social gatherings and leisure, celebrating the warmth and vibrancy of modern life. In works like Dance at le Moulin de la Galette, Renoir masterfully explores dappled light as it flutters over young revelers in Montmartre, seen flirting, drinking, and dancing. The goal of Impressionism wasn't to create polished or highly detailed works, but to convey the experience of a moment as it appeared in a single glance. Scenes of bustling streets, cafes, theaters, and leisure activities became central themes for many Impressionist artists. They often painted ordinary people engaged in daily activities, emphasizing simplicity and immediacy. For instance, Gustave Caillebotta's monumental painting, Paris Street Rainy Day, captures a sweeping scene of modern Paris, depicting fashionable city dwellers strolling through a rain-soaked intersection. It perfectly embodies the Impressionist aim to depict the fleeting, momentary qualities of everyday life. On the other hand, Post-Impressionism took a very different approach. While Impressionism focused on observation and capturing the external world, Post-Impressionism sought to go deeper, emphasizing personal emotions, symbolic meanings, and the inner world of the artist. Artists like Paul Gauguin moved away from direct observation and into the realm of imagination. Gauguin's work often featured expressive colors, flat planes, and simplified, distorted forms. For example, the moon and the earth is his interpretation of an ancient Polynesian myth. This painting, like many others he created during his time in Tahiti, was not a literal representation of what he saw, but rather an idealized projection of the exotic world he had imagined. Post-Impressionist artists placed greater emphasis on symbolic content, formal order, and structure. They believed that color could stand independent of form and composition, acting as an emotional and aesthetic vehicle for meaning. This innovative approach allowed them to move beyond naturalism and create works that were more introspective and symbolic. Building on this idea, another significant feature that sets these two movements apart is their use of color. Impressionists focused on capturing the natural play of light and color as they observed it. They often painted outdoors, carefully studying their surroundings to depict the subtle changes in light and atmosphere. Shadows, for example, were rarely painted in black or gray, but instead reflected the colors of the environment, giving their works a vibrant and lively quality. For the Impressionists, color was all about capturing reality as it appeared in the moment. They aimed to mimic the way our eyes perceive light in motion, creating a sense of immediacy and freshness. Beyond this, they were pioneers in expanding their palettes with newly available pigments. These artists not only reimagined traditional colors, but also embraced innovative hues that were new to the art world. Post-Impressionists, on the other hand, took a more symbolic and expressive approach to color. They believed that color could go beyond simple observation, serving as a powerful tool to convey mood, emotion, and deeper meaning. Rather than replicating what they saw, post-impressionist artists used color to express what they felt. For example, Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night uses exaggerated, swirling blues and vibrant yellows to create an emotional and dreamlike atmosphere. The colors aren't realistic, but they evoke a strong sense of wonder, turbulence, and spirituality. Impressionism and Post-Impressionism are closely connected, yet they take distinctly different approaches to art. Together, these movements revolutionized the art world and laid the foundation for modern art as we know it today. Which movement resonates with you more? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.